back. We're back. We're back. Welcome to us now, Preseason. Sorry for the slight delay.
Yeah,
These things are live sometimes. A little bit of a technical issue, but we made it back. We made it back. How you doing today?
yeah.
My
I'm good.
resident analyst.
I'm good. I'm really good.
Your
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. Your video was kind of stuck. Now
Yeah.
you're
I
back.
was technical issues. When
Exactly
you're trying
happened.
to catch up with technology, that's what happened.
We know it's live. It's a live show. So these kind of things are
Yeah.
part and parcel of the shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm good. And yeah, I hope today will be a very nice program too, like always. I
should
enjoy
be,
talking
should be,
Arsenal with you. Yeah.
should be. Let's make sure the sound on YouTube is clear. Let me go and check. Make sure all the sound is good. Yeah. Let's make sure the sound on YouTube is clear. It's clear. Let me go and check. Make sure all the sound is good. So where do we start from? Do we start from our brother Shakalaka?
Yeah. We need
Shakalaka.
to to start on our own lovely brother who
Yeah.
has served this club for the past 5 years.
Seven. I think seven
Seven,
seasons.
sorry, 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 seasons now, and he has finally gone. Can we share the screen? There's a picture out there. I want us to yeah
Okay.
add it to the yeah. So today today I'm the one hosting. Yeah, I'll not
Exactly.
let my brother talk a lot. He will be the one answering the questions.
That's fair.
So, yeah. So before we start the program, today is it's actually a good day from my side. More blessings and more opportunities on the
I
way.
like that. I like
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
like that.
and that is what we are all working for.
Sure.
But um, moving back to Arsenal news, I'll say what a lot of people were hoping for, and what some of us were actually dredged that Shaka will leave.
Yeah.
But we are living in the world of opinions. Yeah.
Sure.
So that is why I will sit here and say thank you, Shaka, for the service. Yes, our expectations were high. You were able to meet some of them. You couldn't. We wish you all the best for the next journey. I don't know what your take is, but Shaka has finally left the Arsenal.
So my take on Xhaka is he did his best. And sometimes our best might not be good enough. And that's part of life.
Yeah.
That is part of life. He gave his best. It divided opinion. It was very polarizing. Some fans thought it wasn't good enough. Some fans thought it was not his fault. But one thing both fans can agree to is that he gave his all. You can't debate the fact that Shaka gave his all. Now we can now say maybe his all was not good enough. That's a separate conversation. But Shaka for me gave his all, and I wish him all the best in his new adventure at Bayern Leverkusen. Conversation, but Shaka.
We wish him all the best too. Whilst we continue, I want us today to look at outgoings from the club. Yeah.
Sure.
And you give me your wish list. That is what I want you to do, not what the club would do. I want your wish list. And there have been some few rumors around Shaka. He has finally left. Partey, there's still some small
Yeah,
rumors around.
that's still bubbling in the background. Party issue
Yeah.
is still bubbling in the background. Yeah.
So we are looking at Partey, Balogun,
Uh,
um,
Tavares,
Tavares,
Sami Lokonga,
Lokonga, and
Suarez, Sergio Suarez.
Suarez. Yeah,
Um,
who
Mari is
again?
gone already. Mari is gone. Uh,
Renesi.
and Renison. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
So I want your take on it. What I want you to do is, if you name me a player, if you name the player, you give me the price range you are looking for that will make you sell him. Yeah.
So can I
So
take this Shaka montage off the screen?
um No, we are still at we are talking about the outgoings, and that because he left, so he's part
Okay,
of the outgoings.
okay.
Yeah.
So Pablo Mari has already left for £6 million, which is a for me
Mhm.
is a fair deal. I think we got him for two to £3 million, so that's some profit there. Mari is out now. Shaka is left. We sold him for £21.5 million. I think that's fantastic for a 30-year-old veteran. Selling him to a European club at that rate, I think that's another fantastic deal because there's been this narrative that Edu doesn't know how to sell players, which I don't necessarily agree to. I think perception helps you sell players. If your team is not winning, selling players is difficult. If your team is winning, it affects your sales. I don't understand why people can't just actually put some thought before they talk. I don't care how your sporting director is. If your team is not winning, you cannot sell players well. It's not rocket science. So Xhaka is gone, Palomari is gone. I'm expecting Balogun to follow suit. Is a young boy who has done yeah, controversially good in my opinion in France. I don't rate the French league. If you score 50 goals in French league, I don't rate it. There are a few exceptions to the rule, like likes of Benzema, Mbappe, Gabriel Magalhaes. Yeah, I'm not saying good players cannot come out from the French league, but those are the exceptions. Majority of the players that actually do well in France, they don't necessarily do well in the upper tier leagues like the English Premiership or the La Liga. So I'm expecting us to at least get 30 to 35 million pounds for Balogun plus a sell-on clause. So I'm
Okay.
expecting that from
So
Balogun.
so let me. Where is my? I want to be the accountant for us now today. Where's my pen?
Okay,
My paper. Let's see how much we're going to get with your prices.
okay,
So we are looking at player sales,
okay.
and we are looking. You said Balagan. You are going to. You are looking at Balagan is
I'm looking at the range of 30 to 35 million pounds plus
okay. So we are looking at
sell-on clause.
35,
Yeah, with 35 high
including
max.
selling. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So 35 million. All right. Who again?
Nuno Tavares, I think he has done decently in his loan at I think in Marseille. So I'm expecting at least 20 million pounds from him. He's a youngster. He's still a bit raw. He can still be refined. So if you can get at least 20 million pounds, I don't think that's a bad deal. Considering we got him for I think less than 10 million pounds.
Yeah,
So
I think we bought him for is it 8 million?
I know it's less than 10 million pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we get 20 million pounds from him, I think that's decent. That's very very good from a
Not
relatively
bad.
young player that can still be molded and is still very very malleable. So then who's next? Lokonga. Lokonga is a difficult one, right? He came highly recommended, came with a hype from Anderlecht. We're expecting him to, according to company, he was supposed to be the next Patrick Vieira. I don't see any trace of Patrick in him, unfortunately. He doesn't have the personality, the guile, the panache, the confidence to play for a team like Arsenal. So we need to move him on. He can't succeed at Arsenal.
So how
Unfortunately,
much are you looking for to get if you have to sell it?
uh unfortunately, we can just get what we bought him for 18 to
Which
20
is
million
about
pounds. 18 million
okay.
pounds.
So we are looking at 20. Yeah.
20 million
If,
pounds.
if
Yeah.
a 20 million pound bid is tabled, you accept it.
So I'll accept it, yeah.
Good. Today I'm
I
that
say
I'm that
I even think that would be even generous for many suitor to pay that kind of money.
yeah.
So,
All right. And
so
then
Cedric Suarez, I don't think we are getting any money from him for Cedric Suarez. Number one, his wages are very high. Number two, we sent him on loan to Fulham, and Fulham did not even play him for one game.
yeah.
So I don't expect us to get anything. I think we have to cancel the contract and pay him off. We're not getting money for Cedric Suarez, unfortunately.
Which we are actually good at doing that. We've been able to cancel certain players' contracts and letting certain players
I'll
go.
push back. I'll push back on that. It's not that we're actually good at. I know you're being cynical, but I think we're actually good at doing that. That is a bit of cynicism. I see. You have to understand that at that time, nobody was willing to pay for those dots. Those players
Exactly.
are poor.
So we are good at it.
We're not good at it. It's no. It's situational. No, it's situational.
Because I, let me say it this way.
Okay.
First and foremost, those players we let them leave for that kind of deal.
Yeah.
I think we took too long, and then we gave them a huge contract. You understand? We took too
See,
long.
analyzing things from hindsight is very lucrative for us
Yeah,
fans. Nobody
yeah,
knew Aubameyang was going to become insubordinate to Arteta.
yeah. I agree.
At that time,
I agree.
at Aubameyang deserved that contract. So you
Exactly.
can't blame
Yeah,
Arteta. Ozil
yeah,
was not
yeah.
that Arteta did not sign Ozil to a new
Sign.
contract. So you
Mm-hmm,
can't blame him for that.
mm-hmm,
Kolasinac was signed by Arsene Wenger, not Arteta.
mm-hmm.
Socrates was signed by Saheli, not
Yeah,
Edu and Arteta. So there's some
yeah,
things you have to understand that we can't blame the current regime for the mistakes and
yeah.
errors and the indiscretions of the previous regime.
I agree. So you give him out for free now
There's no other
because of the
choice.
wages. Okay.
Yeah, there's no other
And how
choice.
much do you think if we do that we're going to lose? Let's say 2 million, 3 million,
I think £1 million,
two.
1 to 2 million pounds we'll have to
Okay.
lose. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Who else? So we
Uh,
have Balagan, Tavares, Lokonga, Cedric.
so who else? Am I missing anybody?
Shaka is already gone.
Yeah, for 21.5 million
Yeah,
pounds.
21.5.
Yeah.
Who else is in the team? You
I
want
don't think
to?
there's any other sellable asset in the team aside from the ones you just mentioned.
Okay, so we are looking at getting about mm, 20, 20, 40, 35, 75 plus 21 would be 90, 96. So we are looking at getting about, let's say, 100 million. If
Oh,
we,
I forgot the player, Charlie Patino.
yeah. How much would he go for?
He's a youngster, so I don't think most teams will pay premium for me for a Charlie. If we can get £10 million plus sell-on clause,
Okay.
that'll be fantastic.
So that actually makes um, if we sell with the amount you're looking at,
Exactly.
yeah, and we wrap it up, the club would recruit about 100 million,
That's not bad.
which is not bad business, which is
Exactly.
not bad business. All right. So these are the players you would like to sell. Would you want to actually, for one or two reasons, you would like to sell maybe someone we least expected to go, like let's say a Smith Rowe or let's say a party with the rumors around, particularly the two of them. Because sometimes I think a week ago I read other clubs who are interested in Smith Rowe. So would you like to sell any of them?
Now, for me, the rumors. Immediately, I think when the season ended, right? Oh, shout out to Efosa for this comment. What of Pepe? Yes, thank you. We forgot about
Thank
Pepe.
you. Yeah.
Think about Pepe. Now, for Pepe, let's be real, right? I'm a realistic fan. I want the best for Arsenal, but at the same time, I'm a very logical, realistic fan. I don't think anybody will buy Pepe from Arsenal. You have to pay him off, especially when those clubs know he's on his last year. I'll wait for him to be free and get him.
Yeah, or some club who thinks they need him urgently, he would help solve a certain problem, will be willing to buy. So that is where I push you to the corner and say, let's say a club like that comes and wants or need, let me use the word need, Pepe.
Okay.
How much are you willing to, looking at his contract, looking at how much we bought him before and
Yeah.
his current performance?
Yeah.
How much are you willing as Edu to sell Pepe? How
Now,
much do you let
I,
him go for?
I I know I know this is a very very tough one for Edu
Yeah.
because when you negotiate with this clause who want to buy your players, you have to be very tactical. You have to be realistic because they know Pepe is on his last year.
Yeah.
So they will not be desperate. They can actually wait till September, the last day, to see whether we can. Now, if we get 10 million, I will take it.
So
I'll
you
leave
are
it.
going for 10
It
million?
will cover the wages we'll be paying him. I'll
Okay.
take it. I'll take the 10 million.
You take 10 million.
I will.
I
I
would
even think that would be generous from any club to give to us.
really. You think we can get 15?
You are not, see, that's very ambitious. That's very ambitious. I live in reality. No, flip it around. If you think I was the sporting director of the club who wants to get Pepe, I will come with 5 million. Yeah,
Yeah, but if we use the same logic,
yeah.
um, which of the play it was who did we? I think Man United they signed a Mount. Yeah,
That's
is it 1 year?
different. That's different.
Okay.
We have to be
What
real.
what is
That's
the
different.
difference? I just want to understand what is
Okay,
the
the
difference.
difference is that Man United are desperate. Who is desperate for Pepe? I'm listening. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Yeah.
desperate. Nobody is desperate for Pepe.
Yeah.
See, to show how bad it is, when you're loaning up to Nice, Nice
Mm.
refused us to put in an obligation to buy. They
Bye.
refused.
Yeah.
They refused. So
Yeah.
nobody's
And
desperate
and,
for
and
Pepe.
and now they are justified actually because
Exactly.
the performance was not what they actually expected
Yeah,
or
exactly.
so
Now, I'm
you are
not saying some clubs don't want to take Pepe, but they rather wait to take money free.
yeah. Every most people like cheap things. So
Exactly, exactly. So it's unfortunate.
anyway, so you would take 10.
I would say 10, and I think that's very generous. I'll take 10,
Okay. All right. So it still puts us around the 100 million and
which
105
is a
million
good
range,
return.
which,
That's a
which
good
is a
return.
good return because that was what we were arguing about the last time. That
Yeah,
if you take the 1 million from, it means that is the money we use to purchase rice. So
yeah.
we can still flex a little bit. You understand?
Aside from we get 100 million, we take away those wages of those players too.
Exactly. Exactly. So I if the only player I think I might push for, uh, I mean, this is just pushing. We are
Okay,
pushing to the limit. Is
okay.
Lokonga for like, no, I said Lokonga. Balogun for like 40, 45.
If you
I
notice what I
get,
said, if you notice what I said 35 plus sell-on. Let's be
yes.
real, right? Let's be real. Do you know why I said so?
Yeah.
European clubs do not have the financial muscle and the power of the English Premiership clubs.
That is why I also said I'm pushing it a little bit,
Don't you think
a
that
little bit.
that
So
you think by pushing it a little bit will push them away?
no, but this is okay. So this is what I'm saying. My point is, if we can take 35 down
Yeah,
payment, and then like you said,
sell
you
on.
spread it. So I'm looking at like 45 or 50, which would take those clubs, let's say 2 years to give us the balance.
Okay,
You understand?
let me ask you that question.
Yeah.
Would you rather sell him for 35 plus a sell on clause, or you want a flat 50 million pounds and no sell on, which you can
And
and spread across four or five?
flat 50 million.
Yeah.
The flat 50 million will be ideal for the kind of project we have now to be able to get those other targets
No, you can still
within.
spread the flat 50 million. You can still
But
spread it.
no, but I'm going with your logic, which
Yeah.
is it's also facts that most of the European clubs now cannot afford that kind of transfer fees. You
Okay.
understand? And
Yeah.
if we spread it next season, next 2 seasons, we might not even need those small chicken change. You understand what I mean?
I understand what
So I would prefer to put in a buyback clause with even just 30 million, 35 million.
to buy him back in the future.
Yes, but then I'll put a certain amount there. If it's possible, I'll put a certain amount there. No matter how he shines, this is the amount I'm going to take him for. You
Okay.
understand? There
Okay.
are certain contracts it's like a certain player in PSV,
Oh, this
Simmons.
Simmons. Yeah.
Good. You see the just very cheap.
Yeah.
You understand? So I can also do that, but then give me 35. I'm
Okay.
cool with it.
So
But
you still that means you believe in the talent of Balogun.
yeah, I believe at the right system, the right environment, he can express himself, and that is what he has done. He has proven it.
Okay,
Whether you
if
rate
you
the
gauge it for me, you think Balogun will be excellent, decent, or just good?
um he would be on the edge of he will be good to the edge of excellent.
Let me rephrase. Will it be very good or top class or world class?
Top class, not
Never.
world class.
You will never be top
Top
class.
class because the reason is he needs to find the right system.
Okay, give me one player you think is top class, so I can know what you think or how your gauge of top class is.
The current top class, the
Yeah, any
current
player that you think
if
right
you're
now that you
looking
think is
at
top class.
strikers, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking at Haaland.
Haaland is not top class. Haaland is world class.
To me, he needs to. And I told you this. I said this. I judge players based on the number of seasons. So what
He
he's
has
doing
done it
now,
for 3 seasons.
I get it. I get it. How many years did Ronaldo do it?
Which
How
Ronaldo?
many
Ronaldo the
years?
phenomenal or Ronaldo
The
Cristiano
the
Ronaldo?
the the, the main Ronaldo, the R9. How many years?
Consistently
Plus injuries,
for this
but it
year.
was like for 5 years upwards. So yes, Haaland is still a world class, but he needs to continue.
Okay, do you see the comment on the screen?
Yeah,
Efosa Edu says after 2 seasons he will be excellent. I'm sorry, I disagree
exactly.
with you. I'm sorry, Efosa. I appreciate you on this stream. Please like the video. We can agree sometimes, we can disagree. But on this one, I'm sorry. I've seen Balogun. Did you watch 2 seasons ago when he played against Brentford in the opening match?
You know what?
I watched his goals in the French league.
Hold on, hold
He's a
on,
good player at
hold on,
best.
hold on with your fire. Hold on with your fire.
Okay,
Let's leave the comment at the end of the of our segment. Let's
okay.
wrap up whatever. At the end, we will come back and
To the comments.
address this one to the
Okay,
comment. So, my brother, stay tuned. We are going
okay,
on. So let's. So we've agreed that we are looking at least 100 million.
sure.
Good. So we'll be Arsenal need to make 100 million. If they don't, then we will be very disappointed. And this one we agree. So let's move on to
There's
the next.
context, right? There's context sometimes to these things. There's context,
Looking at the players leaving, unless we loan Lokonga,
which is a
yeah,
possibility.
which is a possibility.
Yeah,
But if not, and we are going to sell all of them, but this is the range we are looking at,
we're looking at okay.
which is
That's
fair.
fair. Yeah.
Which is fair. Good. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Let's move on to the next. Can you share the screen for me?
Uh,
Yeah. So the next topic is preseason.
okay.
The preseason and the the preseason. I don't know. I know they'll be coming to your state,
Sure,
New
they're
Jersey.
coming. They're coming to the MetLife
And my
Stadium. I think
question,
they're playing Manchester United.
and I think your love for us now, you should be there.
I will try. I will try. I'm not promising.
If you don't go, don't come
Yeah,
and sit here and bash any of the players
I analyze. I
because
don't.
you are
No,
telling
no. I analyze. I don't bash.
okay, don't come and analyze any player
Why?
because you are telling me you are going to try. If
Yeah,
the
I'm not
players
promising.
if
I'm not
if the
saying no.
players
I
go on
said I
the
will try.
pitch and they say they just came back from preseason, so they are just trying, you will not take it.
That wait, see, wait. Let's get something. That's their professional job. I have a life before Arsenal, and
You're
I love my Arsenal,
you're a
right? But
professional supporter.
exactly. But I have things already scheduled. But like I said, I will try. If it's possible, I'll try. I will.
Yeah, I would
I
love it
will.
if you can
So I'm not promising
make it
anything.
and give us some few vlogs of the
No,
games
I'll
of
try.
yeah.
If I can make it, I'll let the audience know, and I'll let you know. I'll get some videos and clips. I'll
Yeah,
try.
actually, if they come to China, because the last time they came to China, I was there. I was
Oh,
there. It was fun. I still have the pictures. It's one of my best memories, So that is the only opportunity we have to see the team. So, what are your
Exactly.
expectations for this preseason? Looking at
Uh,
the players we've been able to sign.
I just want the players to be able to gel together.
Yeah,
Uh, I want to see the performance of the new players, especially Kai Havertz, Timber, and what is the last? Declan Rice. I want to see how they're going to gel with the system. I'm looking forward to the new system Ateta might want to implement. It seems like every season, Ateta has something new for the fans and the club, and the new system trying to implement. I'm just looking forward to those things. If we can have the same mantra, the same energy, the same verve we had last time. Remember how we performed last preseason that ushered us into the season. We need the same energy, the same intent that will usher us the same momentum into the new season, and we can go on a roll.
I agree. All I want to see is the same. This I want. I want. Last season we had some class. You could see that. I want the same energy. Let me put it that way.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, I like. I love one thing Ateta is doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the club looks like a club who is actually ready, like the way we see the Real Madrid and the, what do you call it, the Man Cities and the Barcelonas. We look like a club that is serious now in everything. So looking at the
Exactly.
preseason, we don't look
Exactly.
like it is well managed, it is well planned. Getting into the new season, players that we look to sign, we are on it. You understand? Now, what
Sure.
we've done with the players we've signed, we can just wait. I use the when a good opportunity arises, then we can jump on it. You understand?
Exactly.
The key areas that we feel we needed to strengthen, they've done it. So going to preseason and looking at the current video on our website, I could really see we Arsenal is on the right path
Exactly.
this time around. Like we've enjoyed success before, but this time it looks like we are actually behaving like a top club.
I
Yeah.
share some sentiments with you. Blessed from UK, Goba. I'm sorry I butchered your name. Goba Kobe. Shout out to you too. From wherever you are, please stick a like on the video. Very, very important for the growth of the channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel to actually appreciate that too. See, well, looking at the team, right? I want
Yeah.
to see Kivio and Ben White in action, right?
Mhm.
Because during the preseason, you can actually test other formations, other combinations. So I want to see those things. I want to see what's his name, uh, Rhys Nelson
Mhm.
have a run.
Mhm.
Let Saka be on the background. I want to see Trossard play as a false nine. I want to see Kai Havertz play as a left winger, a right winger, a false nine. All those different combinations that fans are having different questions and curiosity about. Let's see it at preseason so we can some of our questions can be answered.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
important.
Looking at the welcome video when the players were coming in for the first preseason.
Yeah.
There was this news about our dog. We bought a
Oh,
dog, and
win.
people. For me, I'm a dog guy. I have about four dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love the fact that when they were coming in, it was the dog that was greeting them. It was
You
just for me. It was just pleasing to see, and that is all. Like we are behaving like the club that we should have, you know, for the past 10 years. Now it looks like we're on the right track. I keep repeating the same word. We look, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we are behaving like Arsenal should. You understand?
Yeah,
Looking at
I'm happy to, and I understand some people are still traumatized from the past, which is fair. But sometimes heal yourself of the trauma and move on. What happened in the past has happened. Let's move to the new dispensation and give the owners Edu Atita a chance. Now, aside from the Kron case, Edu, Richard Garlic, and Ateta did not create this mess, did not create this debris. So
yeah,
I do not like people projecting the mistakes of Saheli, the mistakes of the Cronkates when they're stingy. On these people, give them a chance.
That
Give
is
them a
why
chance.
they are there. They are there to correct the mistakes. So
Exactly.
if you don't give them the room to correct those mistakes, and those mistakes were committed, and it has been there for years, so it will take time before um,
Sure.
those mistakes are finally corrected. But
Sure.
my I don't know your joy for this particular preseason, but I'll tell you mine. Then later you to tell us yours. Yeah,
Sure.
Saliba and Tomiyasu in training is a wonderful sight to behold.
Exactly.
I
It
can
shows
for
that
me
they've
I can't
recovered
wait
from
for next season
injuries.
to kick off
Sure,
because
me too.
all I wish for this particular preseason is we stay injury free
Yeah.
and we start the
Now,
season injury free and
see,
end it with injury
I
free.
am not delusional.
Yeah,
I know injuries are part of the game.
yeah,
All I want is no long-term injuries,
exactly.
no knee injuries. Now, aches and strains here and there, I understand they're part of the game. But I just pray and hope this time we don't have any serious, severe injuries. If we don't, I think there is something that is brewing. Something is
Okay, so that is actually our take on the preseason, but
sure.
there are so many news surrounding Arsenal, and we can never stop talking about Arsenal
We
every day
can't.
for the
We can't.
love we have for Arsenal. So the next topic is we have to take a look at our rivals too, because if we focus on us as that is when the entitlement of winning every game, yeah, that
Yeah,
is when there is a mistake from a player, we don't want to accept the fact that it is part of football. You
exactly.
understand? That is when we are not able to capture a certain player or sign a certain player, we feel we should bash Edu or
Sure.
go after Arteta. You understand?
Yeah.
Let's not forget we are competing with 19 other teams, and by
Okay.
so doing, those other teams are equally, if not about 6 or 7 of them are equally wealthy like we are, and they can and famous
Yeah.
and history. They have all the history behind them, and they have the money, and they can attract the same caliber of
Of
players
players.
we are after.
Sure.
You understand?
Sure.
Or they can attract the same caliber of players that will fit their system.
And sometimes they can pay more.
Thank you.
So
Thank
we
you.
have to be real. Yeah.
So by so doing, I want us to look at the Man United, Man City, Newcastle, Tottenham, Chelsea. Let's look at some few players they are looking to sign and what the challenge will be for us, because we are not only competing with Man City.
We are
Because
competing against at least four to six good clubs.
whilst our aim is to overtake Man City,
Yeah.
those
That league
behind
behind
us,
us.
they have the aim to overtake
Overtake
us and
us.
overtake Man City. So
Exactly.
there's a challenge. Whilst you're
Sure.
going, you can
Sure.
you can say you go, you look forward without looking your back. But sometimes you have to pip and see
Sure.
how close they are so you don't mess up. So without doing, I leave it to you. Let's take Man City for example. I know they are interested in what is the name? I keep butchering people's
Uh,
name.
Guardiola.
Guardiola.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were interested in Rice. And what do you think if they're able to sign this caliber of defender? Their standard will be, because currently we know they are 110. So if they sign this player,
Yeah.
where do you think they will be, and what is the
Now,
competition?
I have a different take. Some people might not agree with me, which is fair. It's my opinion, and I've looked at it. Guardiola is a very good defender, but he's not as good as people are projecting him to be. Now, I said he's a very good defender, but I've watched him a few times. I even watched him in Champions League where against Man City run riots against RB Leipzig. I saw how Messi destroyed him in the World Cup, but Messi can destroy any defender, which is fair. He's a good defender, but he's not as good as. I'm sorry, some people might think I'm biased. He's not as good as Saliba.
Yeah.
Saliba for me is a different gravy. And Guardiola is not far away from the likes of Saliba, but he's not as good as a lot of people are projecting. So yes, Man City are actually going to add quality to their team, but they're going to lose quality. Now, they've lost Gundogan. Gundogan was providing goals, assists in key moments where, let's say, Haaland was having a goal drought, was not having best games. Gundogan was actually stepping in the big moment. Look at his scoring streak in the last 10 games for Manchester City. This is not his first time. I think he did it in the previous season, but this last season was more profound. Now they've lost him. Bernardo Silva, we're not sure if he's going to be there. He's a key player. And these players are not. Now, when they brought in Kovacic is a very good backup player. They still have the mini bomb. What's his name? Calvin Phillips there.
Phillips.
So they're losing quality. Are they replacing them with quality? Not as much as the mainstream, aka the mainstream, will make you believe. Uh, they are not replacing them with the kind of quality people are suggesting. And lastly, guys, Pep is not a magician. For me, he's still arguably the best manager in the world, but he is not a magician.
Yeah.
You see the quality players to carry out his instructions, to carry out his tactics on the pitch.
I agree.
Because if Pep was a magician, he would be going to championship to sign players and be winning.
Yeah.
So let's not mix it up. Let's not mix it up. Now, the mainstream and the content creators will make you believe, oh, yes, Man City are still favorite for the league, but Arsenal are actually closing in on them. The gap is being closed gradually. So they're still favorite, but now not as strong as people are suggesting. But the transfer window has not ended. Let's see what they can add to their team.
Exactly. I was about to add that one to your take.
Yeah.
And I think I know Pep is not a magician, but
Sure.
what I've noticed City for some time now, they just don't sign player because they want to sign the player. They sign the player for a purpose.
Sure.
It might not work, which the evidences are there.
Yeah.
Like we've also signed certain players that have not worked. So that back your point that Pep is not a magician.
Yeah.
But if the only way I'm looking at it is if you have this type of quality and you're adding quality to it, the only option is to just keep going up. You understand? You keep going up. So that is the only what I call the challenge that we have, because he's building a team not only with experience but with top quality, and they have the quality already. You understand? So with this segment, that tomorrow we take another team. So today is Man City. Tomorrow it will be another team.
Okay.
So any opposition fan that is listening to us and want asking why don't we talk about their team, we are doing it daily by day.
Exactly.
So we move on to the next topic, and then finally we can react to the questions from the
From
people.
our
But the
viewers.
next question is the most controversial one. So
Okay.
we are ready, and we are going to hustle it out here. Let's go.
Okay. Where is it? Should I add it to the stream?
Yeah, add it to the stream. The topic is rating Chelsea players who switched to Arsenal.
Okay.
And we are going to rate them by what I said. We can use the word flop if you want to. That is a personal decision. But
Okay. This is very interesting. Interesting.
yeah. So we are going to go great, good, average, and then failed. Or finally, the last word is flopped. If you want to.
Okay.
So we are looking at first, let's go way back. Yeah, we have to go way back.
Okay.
And it's Petite.
Oh, Petit played for Arsenal before he went to Chelsea, right? Or
Yeah,
did he play for Chelsea?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Played for Arsenal before Chelsea.
It was. What are the options again? Let me remind me of the options again.
Okay, so great,
It was
good, average,
it was good.
failed.
It was good.
He was okay.
Yeah.
So we give him good.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your take on that?
Um, I don't know what the Chelsea supporters will say, but that time their standard, yeah,
Yeah.
he played for us, and he was actually if you look at the way he played for us, then I'll say great. But if I'm looking at the way he left and just spent a year in Barcelona and then came back to Chelsea
Yeah.
to he then Chelsea wasn't a rival to us.
But for you have to the context of their standard at that time.
Standard, yeah, their standard that time. I
Yeah.
think then he was good.
It
So
was good. Yeah.
I go with good. Okay, we go with Anelka.
Nelka. See, even though it's kind of painful, Nelka was good too.
Yeah, I think yeah, and it's the same take. When he was with us, he was magnificent.
At 19, he played like an adult.
Yeah,
And Nelka was balling.
yeah. So I go with good too. I go with good. Ashley Cole.
Fail. Yes, I'm bitter. Yes, I'm shameless. I'm shameless and bitter. And Cashley Cole, what a traitor. Judas Iscariot. He's a Judas Iscariot.
Oh my lord.
No, no.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm bitter. I'm shameless. Yes. Fail.
Okay. For Arsenal, he was great. He
Yeah.
was great. And I know if a Chelsea supporter was here, because of the way he played for them. Actually, he didn't.
He played well for them.
No, but
Let me
he
objective.
had a lot of injuries.
But he won a lot of trophies.
Yes, but he won a lot of trophies, and that is what I give to him.
Yeah.
So looking at the trophy side, then as much as I hate it, I'll give him. I'll put him on the. He was great. He was great for us now. It was
Yeah.
really great for
You're
us.
generous. I'm saying no comment.
Yeah. Um, Luis Suarez. No, no. David Lewis. David
David
Lewis.
Lewis. David Lewis was very erratic. He was very erratic. You never knew the kind of David Lewis you're going to get. So good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, for Chelsea, I think they would go a bit higher. I will not give him good. I'll give him average. I give him average because some of the decisions against him, it was just I think it was just a referee bias or poor refereeing, you know. But he
That's
was
why I give him good because the
yeah,
crucial game, I think in the FA Cup,
yeah,
he played flawlessly and he didn't actually bring in the erratic David Lewis. So I'm like, yeah. I think sometimes fans will embellish certain things too much. Now, David Lewis had a bit of unpredictability and erraticness to his game, but not as much as the fans will make you believe. So
okay,
come on, compare to Philip Senderos, compared to Pascal Sigan, David Lewis was good.
good.
Yeah.
I'll still stick with my average
Okay,
because
that's fair.
my expectation of him was higher. You understand?
Yeah. Well, you
And
can't polish a third.
definitely William Gallas.
Oh Lord. Fail. Absolute bomb. Classless, no guts, no glory, weak, weak, and weak.
Um, he did his performances were on and off, on and off. And then for me, I I couldn't understand why he went for the number 10 jersey.
Because it's a bomb.
That really, I couldn't. I was like,
This
what are
guy,
you doing?
we lost again. He was crying. He was
And
smoking.
on
He
top
sat
of
down
it,
in the
you
middle of the
start on
pitch. Like what? I was captain. Can you imagine that? He was the captain. How weak, how sick, how pathetic can a player be of that magnitude?
okay, so you went failed, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got his comment.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So think we had David Lewis and Mustafi. You know that way. Arsenal have been a comedy club for some time. How can you play Mustafi and David Lewis at the back? What? Damn, Akim Morgan, shout out to you, man. Actually, it's true. To think we had David Luiz and Mustafi at the back. Oh Lord. We've come a long way. Oh.
We've come a long way, my brother. We've come a long way.
Come a long way.
Peter Cech.
Average.
Okay. Giroud.
Giroud was good. No, yeah, Giroud was very good. Especially when he went to Chelsea. You know, we're slagging Giroud off so much. I understand he wasn't clinical enough, but he still got a few goals. But when he went to Chelsea, I don't know what happened. It was at least more clinical at Chelsea compared to what he did at Arsenal.
It's funny.
It's funny. David Luiz and Mustafi.
You know, when you were talking about Mustafi and David Lewis,
Oh Lord!
if you go back and watch the was it the FA Cup? If it's the semi-final when Ateta won it, yeah, and I think it was Peter Cech who passed the ball to Mustafi, and I don't know what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, these people, if some of us had problems, we would have been dead by now.
Exactly. Well, the point is that Mustafi, he was so poor, but when we bought Mustafi, right, for the first 20 games, it was never like that.
Was magnificent, yeah.
Yeah, something just switched and became very poor and porous.
Oh, so Giroud is good.
Yeah, for me, he's good. Yeah.
And we have. You remember? Is it Diarra? Diarra, yeah.
Diarra. He played for both Chelsea and Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Average. Very average.
He didn't really play much, so
no, very average.
I will give him flop because he didn't play much. He played a couple of games and then he wanted to leave. So
yeah,
when you look at
the time it was, there were certain games he actually stood out, 1 or 2 games, but across board on the average,
for me, I put him fraud.
Okay. Flop. Well, that's why I put him average because he did it tad good. So
okay. I don't need to make a case for him.
No.
But, okay. Willian.
Wow.
Should I give you water before you start?
For me, William was a fraud. And I'll tell you why it was a fraud.
Not a flop, a fraud.
Yeah, he's a flop and a fraud.
Okay.
Because he refused to sign a new contract at Chelsea. He came to us now, and we're thinking, yeah, he can give us at least two years. Mm-hmm. He was pathetic. He was clueless. He was running as if he had leather boots on. He wasn't athletic enough. Now, this guy goes to Brazil, goes to Fulham. Suddenly, he can run.
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain that?
Agent.
How do you explain that?
Agent 202. Yeah,
I think so. I'll buy that. Yeah.
Flop? Okay.
Yeah,
so we cannot actually look at Kai because he hasn't
Not
played
yet.
a game for us yet.
Yeah.
You understand? So we are looking at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are looking at about 11 players. Yeah. We are looking at like 11 players that we've swapped with
The
Chelsea
same.
or
Yeah.
actually last one. Fabregas.
Oh, another scumbag. Uh, Now I'm going to take away the fact that I don't like him because he's a snake, he's a
Yeah.
scorpion, and he doesn't have no integrity. But based on his ability, Fabregas was great for both clubs.
Yeah.
I'm going to take away my prejudice against him and be objective. It was great.
But then do the same for Ashley Cole.
According to Efosaidu, William just played us after game against Fulham. Exactly, just one game, and that was it. He's a fraud.
Yeah. So for the main topics that we have for today, we are done. We are done with the main topic. So we are going to go with the questions from our viewers.
Okay.
So
So you guys,
our
do
listeners,
any
yeah,
questions, please
any
drop it.
questions?
Yeah.
If you want to ask us any questions, you
Yeah.
can. You can. So let's go. I saw a message from after 2 seasons he will be excellent. Yeah, we were
Okay.
talking about
This one, right?
yes. Do you for me, I totally agree. I can see a player in there when it comes to Balogun. Yeah. And he I think Arsenal is way bigger of a club because we don't have the time. We don't have the patience. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
We don't have the
Okay.
patience to keep giving him the opportunity when it doesn't work. Look at the pressure on Nketiah.
Okay.
He doesn't get much game time, but anytime he gets, people expect him to score a goal or two.
Yeah.
And because of the club and where we want to go. So when Balogun finds a club where he fits in
It's
perfectly,
level. It's level. It's level.
I would say it's level, but you see, like AC Milan
I insist.
or or
I
or or,
insist. It's level.
or Inter
I
or
insist.
Inter.
It's level.
Okay, it's level.
Okay.
It's level to you. But what I'm saying is, if he finds a club like he's a player who needs like constant game time. So if he finds a club like Brighton, where he starts game every week,
Yeah.
he will produce. But when he moves clubs and he goes to the Arsenal and the Man U's and the pressure is there, and he a game or two, he cannot score, then the other striker behind you will take over. And the moment that striker scores, you have to learn to be on the bench. And
Can I
the
ask you a
way
question?
yeah,
How old is Balogun?
I think he's 20 something, 23, 24, 23,
21. 21. I just 21, 22.
22. Okay. So let's say
How
22.
how old is Martinelli? How old is Martinelli? How old is Martinelli?
The same age or less.
How old is
I
Saka?
understand,
How old is Saka?
I understand the comparison. I understand what you want to say. But what I'm saying is they are
See,
also listen, they are
Balogun
late
is not
developers.
what you think
No,
he is.
no, they are late developers in football. Yeah, they are late developers in football. So with that in mind,
And
and he has
Arsenal is
already
not a team for late bloomers. Arsenal is not a team
exactly.
for late
So
developers.
so we are saying the same thing, but I'm saying it differently. I'm saying
No, we're not saying the same thing. I'm saying go to your level while we thrive with players who are quality at 21. We're not saying the same thing.
what I'm saying is with the position he is now, a
Yeah.
club like Arsenal is way bigger because we don't have the luxury to experiment.
Then let him go to his level.
And he has gone to his level and he has proven that he's a so I'm arguing based on him having the potential to be a good striker.
See, I also asked you a question. Martinelli is 21.
No, but no.
Martinelli is showing us how hot it
Okay, so
is.
we are talking about levels here. He has gone to his level, and he has proven that what we think is his level is not necessarily, because he can do more. So the next level is, okay, let's say a team around Europa. Yeah, forget
Let me
about
correct
Liverpool.
you.
Yeah,
You think he can do more. I don't think he can do more. I think
but he has
France
proven.
is his level. Huh?
He has proven that he can do more
No, he just he just proved
in his level.
he
In his
proved to
level.
us. He just proved to us
Yeah.
Frenchman in French league is his level. Lacazette scored the same amount of goals. Let's not flip this thing. That's his level. Shout out to Eposa
Okay.
Edu.
So let's say a club like Lyon wants to sign him, or a
That's his
club
level.
like Marseille. Yeah,
That's his
but what
level.
I'm saying is, from where he scored his 2021 goal, he
Yeah.
can move to the Marseille. If he proves it there, then that is what I'm saying. The potential is there. So if he gets there and he proves it, then your point you're saying is his level is just where he went to. Let's say the club he went to.
No,
But
his level is in France. For me, his level is in France.
so
When
you are
it comes
talking about the league.
to the league, yeah. When it comes to
Okay.
England, he will not hit it. He's not going to hit it off. So let's respond to Efosa Edu. My
Okay.
reason for saying Balogun will do well, because if you look at Oshimen at Lille in France, it wasn't clinical, but after some time, see, shout out to you, Efosa. The Italian league, I'm sorry, is not as competitive as the English Premiership. Osimhen can be scoring goals in Italy. I'm sorry, he's not going to do the same thing in England. The English defenders are bigger, they are stronger, and they are quicker. I'm Nigerian. I watch Osimhen. He was part of the reason why we did qualify for the World Cup. He's very good, not as good as a lot of you are projecting him to be. I love Osimhen. I'm Nigerian, so I can't be against my brother. But I'm telling you objectively, Osimhen is not what a lot of you are projecting him to be. He's not. Let's read this one from Akin Morgan. I love Balogun, but the French league is suspect. Thank you. Thank you. Laka has 27 goals. Thank you. Thank you, Akin Morgan. Thank you.
And this my point, and Ofosa, yeah,
Yeah.
Ifosa, my brother. This is why I support your comment. My comment is, I understand that the league thing you are talking about, that is his
Sure.
level in the league. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of league. He just mentioned when Osimhen was in that league, he couldn't
Yeah.
score those number of goals. He went
Okay.
to a different league in a different system, and he has proven he can be a good goal scorer, right? So yes, you can have the doubt that when he comes into the Premiership, he the question is, he might not. The last time I gave you an example, when Arsenal signed Adebayo, he was practically sitting on the bench of Monaco, and people never understood why we signed him back then, because because that time we had the king, Thierry Henry. So how can you move from Thierry Henry to Adebayo?
So
Yes.
I'll tell you why your analogy is flawed.
No, 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 no,
I'll
no,
tell
no,
you
no.
why your
Let me finish.
example
Let me
is
finish.
flawed. Okay,
No, no, no.
finish.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
So my point is, there were questions around Adebayo because he hasn't proved it in the French league.
Okay.
If a striker has not been able to prove it in the French league, how is it possible that he will come to the Premiership and prove it? But he came, learned, he had the time. I want to emphasize that he had the time because he was on the bench coming on and learned the league, and he smashed the league. So my point is, yes, currently his level is the French league, but when a club like AC Milan signs him, it's on to him to go there and prove again that I'm ready. And when a club in the Premiership signs him, it will be onto him. But the level of the club is also important. You understand what I mean? Because if let's say Arsenal want to keep him and we keep him, and he doesn't get the number of games he's looking for, he won't be able to score the number of goals that we expect him to. And these are facts.
Okay, let me respond. Let me respond. Now,
Okay.
that analogy is flawed because Balogun has already played in England and he struggled. Then they loaned him to the championship. He struggled. Then he suddenly goes to France, he kicks off. It shows that this guy, 70% sure he can't do it in England. Because he failed in England, went to championship, he could not even do it. Then goes to France, suddenly he's scoring. Adebayo was never playing in England, then go to France, then come back. That's a different thing. I've always said it. I said the exception is not the rule. Gabriel Magalhaes came from the French league and he's playing well for us. I'm not saying the French league totally all the players are bombs. I'm saying majority of the players are not good enough, but there are a few exceptions to the rule. Balogun played in England. He struggled against Brentford. He struggled at Middlesbrough. But when he goes to France, you now think I'm not giving him a benefit of the doubt. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give him. He has found his level, sell him to that league, let us enjoy the money and reinvest it.
I'm not against selling him. For me, I'm
Yeah.
not against selling him. But what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
I get the fact that the French league is what he has proven that
Yeah.
he can actually be a success in. So yes, if a French team comes, we can sell him. The
Okay.
Premiership,
Look at Efosa. Look at what Efosa just said.
yes, the evidence is there that he has not performed, or when the opportunity has been given in the
Okay.
Premiership, especially in the Championship when he went on loan,
Okay.
he has not been able to, you understand,
Yeah.
fulfill his potential. But some players plays on confidence. Yeah. I'm not, and this is not making excuses.
It's
Good.
excuses you're making. What
No,
you're
no, no,
doing
no.
is
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's fact. It's fact. It's there. There are certain players when you knock their confidence, they will not be the player they.
and
I,
see, on top of the chain, on top of where we are, right? We don't have time to be helping
exactly.
the players'
If you
confidence.
listen to my if you listen to my this thing, I said the club of Arsenal. Now we don't have the time. That is why even in Ketia we are on his case, because we want, if we take off Jesus, the one that is coming in, we are rest assured that if we get 1.1% chance, he will score.
To bury it,
That is what we are looking for. So we don't have the time
to
for
nurture.
exactly. So that is why I said earlier we are on the same page, but we are handling it differently. I would let him go, like you said. I would let him go and get a somebody I feel who can do the job better when called upon.
Okay.
You understand? I would do that. I would sell him. For
So
me, I'll sell
let's respond to Efosa. I'm not saying the league is not suspect, but I look at Balogun and Jesus, and Balogun looks hungry to score, and is the different striker to Jesus, and I feel he's more clinical than Nketiah. Yeah, you can feel he's more clinical than Nketiah. I don't think he's clinical than Nketiah. I think against inferior defenders, he looks right. If you see, let me show you something. We undermine and underrate Nketiah because he's playing second fiddle to Jesus. If you see the goals Nketiah scored last season, I'm sorry, Balogun is not scoring those kind of goals because the English defenders are not
him.
giving. They're not giving that time. They're not. Look, I
Okay,
watched
so if
Balogun.
you also look at and this is where and listen, I am this is where I stick out for Balogun. There's some chances in Ketia to miss. Balogun would not miss. Somebody would argue that because he has proven.
He won't. He won't get
Read,
those chances. He will not get those chances.
read his last
I'll
message.
respond to this.
Yeah,
Okay, let
read
me.
the
Can
last.
I respond to this?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
respond to this?
Go.
Efosa, I like what you just said. Can we also use Hurricane did not perform too well on his loan spells, but I feel Balogun should be able to be more patient and wait for his chances. Number one, right? Hurricane, he don't perform as bad as the Balogun in his loans. Let's not mix those two. Then secondly, Hurricane was ready to bide his time and be patient. Balogun doesn't bide his time. He is saying that if you don't give me opportunities, I want to go. How dare you? So
So that
those are
is
two
where
different
I
things.
agree. That is where I agree with you. Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
make this point. Yes, there are evidences that Kane did not perform on his loans, but you talk about level. No, no, no. Hold on. You talk
Okay.
about level. You talk about
Yeah.
level. Before Kane became Kane, Tottenham wasn't a problem for us. But
Sure.
Tottenham was like a top 7, top 8 teams or top 10 team. Yeah,
Okay.
back then. So they had the room, the patience, and the time for him to blossom. And then it was a coach who identified that no, I see something in him, although he has not really performed. Gave him the opportunity then in the first team, and he succeeded. But he was ready to wait for his time, and this is
Thank
key.
you.
And this is
Thank
the
you.
key point, and that is why I agree with Isafo here. I agree that
Foster, don't butcher his name.
sorry, I'm butchering everybody's name here. Efosa, Efosa, my brother. I'm sorry,
Shout out to you.
but you've made a very good point. Balogun, and he's on confidence. He's very a confident guy. So, and he has proven in a certain league that he can score, and he wants to go. That is why I keep saying I will let him go. I will let him go.
Shout out to Akim Morgan. The best option is to sell him for 55 mil and add on a cheap buyback clause like Xavi Simmons.
Yes, obviously.
I love your aspirations, Akim, but let's be real. Nobody's buying Balogun for 55 mil. No, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Akim, let's be realistic. Nobody's buying him. See,
Akin,
the
I support your take.
general flow.
I support your take
support-
because for me, I'm
Akin,
looking at, I told you,
Akin, let's be realistic.
I'm 50 million. You see, yesterday, Holland, the guy they want to sign, Man United want to sign, yeah, or Mweni, all those players, I'll go if I go with what you say. You're saying is their level. They are playing the German league and the Italian league in a lower club where the pressure is not as high as the Arsenal and the Man U's and whatever. But Man U is looking to flog about close to 60 plus.
Can I rebut to that quickly before you continue? Can I rebut to that?
Yeah,
Now, the reason why those clubs are demanding that is the Man U tax, number one. Number two, right? See, if you are selling to a Premiership club, maybe we can come close to 40, 50, but we are selling to the European club. They don't have the money. Can we be real? They don't have the money. Okay, let me ask you guys questions. Will you guys be comfortable to sell Balogun to Manchester United?
And if they are paying, they want, and exactly. So if I should be asking you that question because you
I
are the
will.
one. Would you be comfortable?
Trust me, I
How
will
much
sell
will you sell
it.
it?
I
How
will
much
sell
sell
him
it?
for 55 million to Manchester United because they need they are desperate. Because they're
Actually,
very
I'll sell
desperate.
it for 65.
Huh?
If I have to sell to Man U,
Yeah.
I would rather keep him. But if like let's say we want to sign another,
not a
I
threat.
will sell him for 65.
Okay, it's 65. It's not a threat to me. Sell him to Man U. It's not a threat. I will sell him graciously to Man U.
He actually Balogun looks like a player when given time and freedom, and that is what I know Arsenal will not give it because we don't sitting here and our brothers listening, we don't have the time.
Yeah.
No, we don't have the time because of the way we are moving now. If it was like 5 years ago or 3 years ago, yeah, then let's say 4 years ago, we will take him. We will go like, okay, the way this Mustafis and the Magicals they are doing, let's just bring in the youngsters. Let's just bring that up the youngsters. They have the love for the club and and maybe they will score a couple of, and that is why we still have Nketiah on our books because he came out during those periods.
Sure.
You understand? But for now, the way we are attracting the very best age group of players, I'm willing to sell him. That is all.
So let's read this comment from Akim Morgan. The market is broken. If you're a good negotiator, you can sell pretty any good for a good price. People like Enzo and Modric. See, Mr. Akim, you need to apply context, right? Enzo and Modric went for that kind of cynical, that kind of extortionate prices because Chelsea were desperate. You can't just sell anybody for, you can't. Chelsea and Manchester United actually broke the market last season. They bought Anthony for almost 100 because they're desperate. They
Yeah.
bought Lisandro Martinez for almost 50 because they're desperate. So it's not that everybody can afford to be reckless with their money. Now, that's why when Chelsea and Manchester United approach any club for any player, they apply those taxes, Chelsea tax and Manchester United taxes. Do
I
you
agree.
think we'll have bought Timber for 38 million pounds? If Man U went, they will tell Man U 60 million.
And Chelsea is the reason why we're
The
looking
market
to
is like
sign
this.
even Caicedo. We
Right.
cannot afford to sign Caicedo and Rice because the price because now Brighton knows Chelsea will come in or Chelsea are in
And
already.
pay. Exactly.
So a player that maybe 75, 50, 80, we can get in. They are looking for 100 and something, just because of
Exactly.
Chelsea. And it's the
And
same with
Manchester United.
So it
So
is what
it's
it
not
is.
every you can't just sell like that. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So let's apply context to this
Secondly,
conversation.
most of the European clubs don't have money anyway.
They don't have money.
Yeah,
You,
they
you
don't.
saw you saw the smelly money that what's it called? Juve were trying to tell us for party. We didn't want entertaining. According to the report, we didn't entertain the facts. Like 20 million euros for party, you must be out of your mind. You must be out of your mind. But if you're not bringing 30 million pounds and above, Arsenal is not going to entertain this kind of conversation or negotiations for party. So
For me, if Balogun, like what my brother is just saying here, I feel there's time for him. He must be patient and be ready to compete with his teammates. As you said, Premiership teams have the money than any other club or any other league. Yes, and that is true. Southampton and had
if not
more money
something made more money than Baka, which is
than,
true.
yeah, which is true. Yeah, which is true. And this is the reason why I'm saying when you look at the player, when
Yeah,
you look at the player, sometimes in every we talked about Anelka, yeah.
yeah.
Look at how good Anelka was at
Was
his
at
age.
19. At
Yes, at
19,
his age.
1920.
But look at how he left because he didn't have the patience. Today he will look back and say, "Yeah, I watched an interview. There are certain
Don't blame
decisions."
him.
No. He said. No, I'm not blaming him. He said
Yeah,
there were certain decisions or behavior he could have done it differently. You understand? And that
exactly.
is that is hindsight. But with Balagan now, maybe he feels he can do it. So, but the truth is, Arsenal don't have the room for him. You understand? Because when the opportunity is given to him, he needs to start every
Yeah.
week. And the way he wants, then if he comes to Arsenal and he starts every week, he
Your
has to.
Wi-Fi your Wi-Fi is hanging. Or okay,
Oh, okay.
you better now. Okay.
He has to actually score goals and contribute a lot more than, let's say, the Jesus. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for injury, Jesus would have scored about 20 goals.
I think so too. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
So today we've had a great talk. It's on you. What will be your last take
Sure.
on all the topics that
My life takes of first appreciate yeah, Efosa, Edu, Akim Morgan. Shout out to you guys for joining us on this live stream. We appreciate you for sending some questions, for making it a very interactive session. We appreciate that. Hopefully, you guys will join us tomorrow at the same time too. Regarding Balogun, I'm not saying Balogun is not a decent player. People start misconstruing what I'm saying. I just think Water eventually will find its level. I think is not good enough for where we are going. Now, if Balogun was for 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, it would be good enough for us. But for what we are trying to do now, I'm sorry, it's not good enough. And he has the arrogance of a player who thinks it's good enough. And he's not. So get rid of him, cash in, and use the money for something better. I think that will be my final take and my last talk. All to you.
well, I just love the way the club is handling issues now. And any player that is given the opportunity to shine for the Arsenal, my little
Yeah.
advice is just take it It's a team sport. You
Yeah.
understand? Learn to take your time on the bench and learn to take your opportunities. So
When they come.
when it comes, yeah. So that is my point. And thanks for the listeners.
Yeah.
And yeah, we hope to see you guys tomorrow the same time. Don't forget, keep it locked. Just keep
Your notification on.
notification
Just turn on your
on.
notifications.
Yeah, keep it on because we are here, and we will need you to
Yeah.
come when you come on,
Yeah.
ask us more questions, and let's talk. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
community here
Let's make
where
it
we share
interactive.
good vibe,
Declarations and
agree
timber.
and disagree.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're on our way
Definitely.
to greatness.
We don't know it all. We are some. Well, there are some things that you guys can actually inform us. We're not saying we're authorities on any topics. We
Yeah.
can pick each other's brain and learn from each other. We're all Arsenal fans, and we want the best for the club. So on
Yes.
Declarations and Timber, I think they are doing their medicals tomorrow.
Yeah.
That should be nice.
Let's
Their
wait for them
medicals
to
tomorrow.
confirm, and then when it's confirmed, then we know.
We'll do on that
We
stream on
know
there.
next
Yeah,
week.
we'll do on that stream.
Next week, yeah. Next week, we know at
Oh,
least we have a good team to start preseason.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So,
thanks you guys for coming through. We really appreciate it. And thank you. You're actually a fantastic host today. You took charge.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
guys, keep it locked here on National Preseason. We'll be here back tomorrow. And are you going to drop me off your channel?
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Let me finish the. I'm hustling with the name,
Okay.
man.
Okay.
I'm hustling with the name, but I think by tomorrow morning I should have a name.
Okay. So, guys, stay locked on National Precinct. Like the video. You're watching this on the playback. Subscribe. You're not subscribe. Support us, guys. Get us to 1,000 subscribers as quick as possible. We'll do a lot of watch alongs, interactive sections. There'll be times we'll actually drop the link in the comment section so you guys can come and join us. We can talk about Arsenal topics and or whatever. So we have some more other interesting things to do this coming season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this will be the season we break the hood of the English Premiership we've not won for a long time and
Yeah.
actually win
20 years.
20 years.
It will be exactly 20 years.
That's a long, long time. So, your last word for we finally get out.
Thanks the viewers and kindly share and share and share and tell a
So,
friend and tell a friend to join us.
exactly. Thanks to join us from this side. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.